But it's an art.
Yeah.
It's like New York pizza is an art. The Neapolitan pizza is an art. It's just what art you decide you want to master, or you just master both of them if you want.
All right. I'm Tanner James, and this is Behind the Line. Today we're at Angel City Pizza in Venice, and we're getting a crash course on the pizza making process firsthand from the man behind it all, Vito.
My name is Vito DeCandia.
Hello? Vito?
I am from Brooklyn and Long Beach, New York. Been in this business my entire life. My dad came over from Italy, started with him. He went out to Long Beach. That's why I'm partly raised in Long Beach and Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And it's been ever since.
Cool. Well, let's go make some pizzas.
Let's do it. All right, so what do you want to know? You want to make your crust. I've always learned just to use my pinkies, kind of just guide it.
How many times do you think you've done this?
Dude.
Too many.
Too many. You want to come under it. I use my thumbs as a guide. And if you go too far in, you're going to stretch out the middle, and then you're going to have a fat crust back here. You always want to hold the dough towards the back, and then it's your wrist movements. You want to lay it down. Nice ladle of sauce. Some people leave a lot of room for crust. But if your dough is right, you don't really need it. The crust will come up by itself. You want to go with some oregano, grated cheese. We've got our grande, of course.
Something funny?
And throw a little air under her. The trick is you want to place it.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to take it right out.
There you go.
So.
And how long does this hang out in here?
8 to 10 minutes. I keep it pretty close to home. I keep it pretty traditional. Like I said, all the new stuff that comes out is great. It really is. It's nice to see people being innovative and changing things. But in the same breath, you have to remember where it came from. What made you love pizza in the first place? This is what brought you to the table. So you have to still give it its proper due,
Right. I'll try and do one if
absolutely.
If that works.
Sure. Give you a little head start. We'll throw the dough for you.
Great.
Okay, so now, especially when you're dealing with a more fermented dough, it's a little harder to work with because it's softer. So you always want to try to stay more towards the outside. But don't be scared. Get in there.
Little pushing.
You can turn it as you're going.
Okay. It's like we're DJing.
Yeah.
And how big do we get? Like, what's the?
It's usually however you feel comfortable stretching it. In your case, I'd say we probably should go a little bigger.
Okay. Oh, because then you go into the.
Right. This will be the hardest part.
Starts happening quick. You just kind of.
Yep. Do it like you're driving the truck, Like you're turning the truck wheel. That's what some guys call it too.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby for your first one. Get yourself a nice ladle of sauce. Just drop it in the middle.
Middle.
You want to kind of get it on the edge.
Yeah.
So you're getting the turn of the thing plus the flat part.
Okay.
And just going go in circles.
Make it bigger,
You're pushing it out as you're turning.
It's just like making a Lunchable. Except bigger.
A bigger version of a Lunchable, yeah. You don't want to have that much sauce in the middle because what'll happen is when you cut the pie, you're gonna get because it'll be really moist.
Got it.
So
Yeah, I saw you did like a little S through the middle too.
Yeah. I just always do my little comeback around.
Yeah, yeah. It's like writing
so
cursive.
A little oregano.
All right.
Nice, little grilled cheese. Go with your grinder. There we go.
Give it a little more. You want the right balance of sauce, cheese. You want the right ratio. All right, now let's get yours in the oven.
We got tickets coming.
Pick that puppy up.
There we go.
All right. You're gonna place it down. You want to give yourself a little air.
Okay. Whoa.
All right, now you're gonna go where you want to leave it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now. All right, not too bad.
There we go.
Not too
Not
bad.
too bad.
You're hired.
Yeah, all right. Looks like we got about 10 more to make.
Yeah, we got more coming. Yeah, like another minute. Almost. You know. Now be careful coming out. You don't want to slide the thing right off it. All right. You're gonna put it on the rack. Whew. Not too
How
bad.
we looking?
We're looking pretty good, man, for a first pizza. You know,
It's beautiful.
not bad at all. Got a nice. Let's
Yeah, it's crazy how that crust just kind of
look.
naturally pops up, huh?
have a listen. Hear that?
Yeah.
That's
It's a good
nice.
sign.
Let's look underneath. I refuse to use the U word, but the bottom looks lovely. That is
I kind of can't believe it.
that is the ACP Tanner.
Yeah.
Let's plate these puppies up and try them out. So now, I'll tell you something funny. In the old days, like when I was a little kid, like there were no such thing as plates. I'll show you what you got. You got a piece of wax paper. And you put the slice on the wax paper, and that was your slice. I remember because my dad would get mad because then people eventually started asking for plates. And my father would be, what do you want to play for? Before you get out the door, you're going to throw the plate in the garbage.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they would happen. They'd put it on the plate,
Yeah.
they take the plate, they walk to the door, they dump the plate in the garbage, and they keep walking with the slice.
I like that. You should bring that back.
Cheers, man. Excellent proportion on the sauce and cheese. Good stuff, my man. Very good. You're the most important element of your pizza. Because every pizza you make is a part of you.
Just crunch. Or maybe one more. Perfect.